go. And remember, this is for us. This is for fun. We talk English, Spanish, como quieran. Doesn't matter. We just want to get the point across and have fun. And like you said, be inviting and not be gatekeepers, not be assholes. We'll have the Inuyasha conversation at a later time. Because I'm just going to say, the coolest thing about that show...
So, I'm not going to be able to
Jose,
say anything about that.
Thank you for being on the show today, man. We'll hit you up with the next opportunity. Best thing about Inuyasha was Inuyasha himself. That whole idea of Inuyasha himself. Everybody else is kind of lame. I'm just gonna say, except Sesshomaru.
Sesshomaru, it's you watch for Sesshomaru. Hilarious enough. Literally, the shirt that I had on before I put on my jacket was an Inuyasha shirt. But
well,
I'm dying. It would have been very poignant. I can go put it on right now.
Shoot. Now let's keep your drug rug on, like you said. All right, here we go. We go 3, 2, 1. Bienvenidos, primos, and welcome back to your favorite Latino-hosted Magic the Gathering show, Puro, Pinche, Magic. I am one of your hosts. I'm Primo Freddy. With me tonight is my prima and yours, Bones of Calavera Cosplay, back again. And we have a special guest today, one of the homies over there in TJ, from One Land Hand, Mr. Joseph. Say what's up, Joseph.
Yeah, what up? Good morning. How are you guys?
I'm better than you. It's like you're still waking up, man.
I got some water stuck there.
Yeah, water. I'm drinking coffee because for us it's in the morning. This episode is being recorded in the morning, primo. So bear with us. I am recovering. I went to the gym this morning trying to better this barril de cuerpo que tengo. But it's a struggle.
Dude, don't sleep on the pre-classes that gyms have. I did one yesterday for the funsies of it. It was like a upbeat bar. I am hurting. I'm like, ow. I have muscles in my body that I didn't think I could work out. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this was like an hour little workout. No, dude, and I was dying.
So if I have these messed up thumbs, I've been messed up for a while. They're barely healing, barely. If I can't do anything with my hands. You know what? I hope it's okay. Is it sad that as a gamer, I'm sitting there with my mouse and I can't grip? So my mouse has it's a Razer mouse, so it has a little clicker on the side. So I'm doing my thing and then I squeeze and this thing clicks it and it makes me fall off stuff and die. Or if I have my controller for my PlayStation, I have to go like this.
It's the controller.
I have to go like this to move my character. I can't do fighting games. I love fighting games, and I can't because my thumbs are broken.
But yeah, or an arcade stick.
I have one. My kid uses it because he wants to play I forget what the fighting game is, but
you gotta dare rig your controller to do the Donkey Kong bongo drums.
Ooh, have you seen the guy that plays Overwatch with bananas?
Yeah, I think it's the same dude.
Same guy, right? Yeah, fucking A, man. Well, enough about gaming. Let's talk about gaming. We're talking about Magic the Gathering here. Primos, thank you everybody que lo estaba siguiendo. I really appreciate la comunidad. I gotta admit, I've had such a great communication with people on TikTok as well as Instagram. A lot of the community embracing us. La comunidad que juega Magic, que habla español, los agradezco toda la atención que nos han dado. Especialmente porque usualmente no tenemos este espacio para hablar como queremos hablar, right? Spanglish, English, Spanish, como nos dé la gana. We are wanting to make an inviting space, and I'm glad that we are building it piece by piece. And thanks for everybody that's followed us. Especially, I want to again welcome, of course, Joseph with One Land Hand. You guys have been kind of touching with us, working together. Jose, how about you introduce yourself to the primos out there don't know you and One Land Hand, and kind of start us up from there.
So my name is Jose Luis, or Joseph, or whatever you want to call me. I'm down. And I started a channel with some friends. It's almost going to be a year now with some friends, and we love Magic. We love Commander, and we wanted to create a community around it, and we wanted to meet more people playing it and grow the community. So that's what we started. We started One Land Hand, and I think it's the name came up because we love to keep one land hands, and we thought it was a thing that you shouldn't be doing, but it is a risk. So that's that's what we also took, like as a team. Like let's do this. Let's see what happens, and see how the community takes what we do and responds to it. So, and it's been great, and it's nice to meet all of you guys and gather the community. Long live the gathering. I love that.
Hey, long live the gathering. You know, it's great because you have your teammates there, your partners in One Land Hand, Willie, and I forget, is it
Mario.
It's Mario, yeah. And so like we
Mario,
communicate across different platforms, and I see everybody putting in metiendo la mano, right? There you go, that one hand. Metiendo la mano in every little part of it. And it's great, man, the camaraderie, right? And speaking of, I mean, from there, you've clicked up with other podcasts, other content creators too, you know, that in the Spanish speaking space. And dime tú, right? Like, ¿cómo has visto tú la comunidad like that? Is it mostly embraced outside of the US, or is it the same across the border? What do you think?
Hablando de creadores de México o de creadores
pues de México, Estados Unidos, no importa, digo yo, lo que son hispanohablantes, ¿no?
Los hispanohablantes. What I gathered is that most of the creators that literally is that most of the creators are new. Like everybody's starting their podcast like this year alone. I've met creators that, hey, llevo 3 meses. Like I've been a year and I just released my first like podcast or commander game. And like I haven't met many Hispanic creators that have been like had a long trajectory. They've been the ones that we've met have been of a short they just recently started. They're new.
It's crazy, but that's the thing. That's why I want to touch on it, because like the community came to everybody's kind of rush. Like we see that everybody is a year, 2 years in, maybe the most, right? A few months here and there, even out of Spain, crazy. You know, even out of, we go that far, like they're not that big. Not only that, but I've been seeing a lot of Latino and Hispanohablantes, a lot of mujeres, a lot of women saying, hey, you know what? We need to get seen and heard. And I know in Mexico, right, out of the store you guys usually work with, there's a team out of there, right? They just had an event recently, no?
They're like a tea party, no?
Literally this past Monday, the tea party. It was crazy.
Ladies the Gathering, like Ladies the Gathering, primos. Ladies the Gathering.
That's in Tijuana?
Yeah, in Tijuana.
Oh.
So
I followed them and saw the event, and I just missed that it was Tijuana because my mom's in Yuma. I could just boop over there at any point. Damn, I missed an opportunity.
We should schedule that so you can come over and meet all of them. It's an amazing group. Vanessa is particularly the leader that was organizing the event, but all of the ladies there that know Magic already like helped her out, so they would all learn how to play. And we just had a little chat with her like a couple of days ago, and she told us she was really nervous because she didn't know how many girls were going to be there, because usually when we go to stores we don't see like girls playing Commander. And we were talking about that, like, hey, like what if there was like someone that would take the leadership on that and just give them a space where they could play Commander or Magic in general. And that's what she did. Like she reunited like 15 girls. There was a couple of tables, and the crazy part about that is that I asked her like how many of these girls like didn't have like their own deck, and she's like, oh, out of the 15, I mean like 4. Like everybody else had Commander decks, and I was like, what the hell? Like where were these girls hiding? They told her that they didn't really have like a space where they could play. They didn't feel like they were welcome anywhere, I guess. I don't know if the guys had to do anything with it, maybe bad experiences, all of this stuff together.
It's always the guys' fault.
She made it work
100% of the time.
Yeah, she made it work, and it was awesome, and we're going to support her like every step of the way. She did a great job.
No, for sure.
That.
Yeah. Bones, I mean, you came into the game a few years back. You said, how long have you been playing Magic, Bones? Remind me.
Kamigawa Neon Dynasty is really the moment I consider myself becoming a true Magic player. Because Eli introduced it to me in like 2007, and I got a standard 60 card Boros artifact vehicle deck with Chandra in it. Hence my Chandra obsession, and apparently the fact that I'm an artifact player, like a vehicle player. And everyone's like, why? And I was like, it's my first deck. Don't worry about it. But we actually like feel like introduced it. I was kind of like, whatever about it. And then at the start of like COVID, they had whatever product was out there where they had 4 commander decks. And that's when Eli got introduced to commander, because he played and then took a fat break. And he was like, oh, this will be fun for all of us to play. And then just the way things happen, we like not the great rule zero conversations. I almost actually completely quit Magic, which is a wild thing to think about right now. Because I was just so fed up with how our interactions were going. And then Eli was like, just come to the shop, come draft, come hang out with our friends. And I went and had a okay experience the first time. And I was like, I don't know if I want to go. And then he was like, just try it one more time. And then that's when we found our play group, which is an amazing play group. And I was like, all right, I'm in. I love this. Like, I like the idea of drafting. I like our friends. I like the when I did it regularly, the ability to grow and draft and see how cards develop throughout a draft. Because the amount of times that a card would be like, this is not great in draft. And then you're like, wait a minute. I've seen plenty of interactions. This is really good in draft. So
is it, maybe it's a question for you directly, Bones, right there on draft. Because I don't know, like, I've drafted a few times back in the day, here and there, randomly when an event happened. Draft, I see a lot more women play draft than they do like commander or like someone, at least some of the decks, the formats that I usually see. Whenever I went to a draft event, there was a lot more women playing drafts than there were just regular events. Is that something that I'm just overlooking, or is there some kind of connection there? Like,
this is like 100% speculation on my part. I would say I think it's a few things. I think one, right now, draft is like the most easily accessible format for anybody. So anybody who's starting to learn Magic. So I have a friend who's very excited for Avatar: The Last Airbender, and we're teaching her kind of like how to play so she knows what to do and come to pre-release. And we let her know that pre-release and draft is different. But I can see her getting very excited about the pre-release and being like, okay, I want to go to draft. So I feel like it's just a lot of people's first introductions to it. And then I can also see that drafting provides a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Spontaneity. Like, you don't know what you're going to get until you get it. So you're opening a pack, and it's a little bit of, it's kind of like wow, I have a word and I can't think of it. It's like right here, and I can't think of what the word
is. What is it? What are we looking for? What word are we dancing around?
No, it's like the fact of that, like when you play like Commander or League or like all of these other formats, people like follow the meta, and people can like, especially in Commander, people like be like, oh well, I have like a bracket 3, and then it's like not a bracket 3. You don't have that ability to come in with something pre-made and like stomp everybody.
It's a level playing field.
Yeah. It's a little bit more of a level playing field. We're going to do the Yu-Gi-Oh reference of the heart of the cards here. Like, it's just kind of what you get. And I can see that being appealing. And that's why I like pre-release, because it's sealed. Like, pre-release, nobody knows what they're doing, because this is the first time we're seeing all these cards. So everybody's like, hold up, wait a minute. And it's just kind of like, all right, well, this is what I got. Like, I can't make it any better and I can't make it any worse. This is just what we're rolling with. So I could see that being a little bit more of it.
I don't know. I'm curious because maybe we'll have, one of the ladies on in the future, hopefully, if you're listening, ladies, the gathering, or maybe Jose can hook us up there. I'm curious to know, because like, what is that feeling like? Because when I brought my wife, she used to play Magic. Now she plays One Piece. She plays One Piece now. So I'm looking for her binder, because she told me to put some stuff away. It's like, if I had it, I would grab it. But she's all about One Piece right now. Like, in Magic, she said she felt like she was like the only girl there. And then when she was playing, she's got approached a little too much from people that were overzealous. Even though she was my partner and people knew she was my partner, being approached in that close proximity, and just kind of, she felt a little smothered. That was kind of what she told me. She goes, I just don't like the store. I feel like it's too smothering. Son puros chamacos, because we're a little older. And at the same time, she goes like, everybody's kind of either very aggressive because she's a woman. She felt, and I sat in on some games, and and I felt bad because it's my fault, all my fault. I would stand kind of beside her and kind of like coach her through a game. And the asshole across the table was like, oh, well, you're going to sit down and play for her? And it's like, all right, man, she's just starting. Like, you know, like at the same time, it was my fault. Let her fight her own battle, you know? But I don't know if you've played much. I mean, I don't want to, you don't speak for all women, right? But I'm just saying, has that been similar conversations maybe from other people, you know, in the game, or is that just kind of experiences that everybody goes through on their own?
So I would first and foremost say I don't think that's your fault, especially if it's something she like is wanting, because she could have easily been like, I'm good, I got it. But if you're new, that's just that person being an asshole. Like, there's no need to do that. Either just calmly say, hey, would you mind not doing it? Or like, let's be real. The probability that that dude was going to win was pretty high. Like, just like let you help her figure it out so she can figure it out. But that's just me. I would say it is definitely like, I think the reason I almost didn't go back to drafting was because I had a moment where I had like an interesting interaction. I can't remember what it was now, but it was like a microaggression towards me for being like a girl. And I was just like, you would not have made that quip to anybody else. Actually, I remembered it now. It was, I like tripped because I'm very clumsy, and like I like stumbled, and like a dude made like a oh, I've had too much to drink, and I was like, what the hell? Like, we're in like just a play store, and like it definitely felt like out of pocket. Like, there was no reason for it. And yeah, the majority of the time that I'm the only girl here, like the only girl in this space is huge. We used to have a local game store, which was our favorite. And we had like a very tight knit group. And I love those guys because they're very much, I just want to play. And like when I first started playing, I would play against them and they would know that I'm a new player. And they would always know to be like, hey, can I offer you some advice? Or after a moment happened, just being like, hey, do you mind if I show you something? You know, and that's how I became a much better player and was more comfortable. But it was never like, oh, well, you should have done this. Well, why the hell didn't you do that? And I had one time where there was a lady who was in the store and she, I think she was Jewish, but like a little bit more on the conservative Jewish side because she wore like skirts and had a head covering. I don't know what level, but like I know a little bit more conservative, and she was playing the whole game. And I make it a point that if I'm going to play, I try my best to always look good for no other reason than I want to make sure that other people know you can do that. Because I feel like a lot of girls sometimes are like, I have to tone myself down because if you're pretty and smart, everything's going to be harder. And so I try to make sure like I always do something. I wear something pretty. It's just, that's my thing.
Se pasan los güeyes, right? Like, se pasan? I mean, is it that? I mean, you tell me what say. You go to the store all the time. I mean, I'm assuming, right? I mean, like, most people, I hope, no son así, right?
I think it's different for like in Mexico than USA. I'm gonna say it's a little bit more different. I have no idea if there might be some similarities, of course, but girls have always the ones that have told us like why they've stopped going to stores or anything like that is because guys make some dumbass jokes, dude. They like even if it's not directed at them, like being in the environment of these guys just fucking saying some nasty shit, dude, just being mean indirectly.
It's like the locker
not to
room
them,
talk.
but yeah, exactly. Like and like she's there just like with her husband playing games and like it's just awkward and it's like, oh man, it's just tiring to just be there and you can't concentrate. I guess.
Yeah, and then like that lady came up to me at the end of that game and she's like, it's so nice to see another girl here that's in like a dress, that's in a skirt, like that. I am like, she's like, I have restrictions because I choose to follow a religion, but that puts me in like a bubble of like, I have to wear a dress and a skirt, and some people get really weird about that. So she's like, it's nice to see somebody else that's here in like a skirt and a dress and a full face of makeup. And she's like, you are just like, you were not dulling yourself down.
It's crazy.
Like,
and this could be a conversation for another time because I feel like it can go deeper, right? Yeah. But like,
you should
talk about that with Vanessa. You should talk about that with Vanessa.
There we go.
I'll tell her about
Vanessa,
it.
if you're listening, estás escuchando, hablo español aquí con gusto, ven para acá, hablamos, la pasamos bien, aquí charlamos, la pasamos bien suave, all right? And we have a good conversation about it.
Aquí estoy yo, si tengo que darle la madre al Freddy, ahí le pego, ándale.
Mira, está. She keeps me in check. Me va a regañar. But I think it's crazy and to move forward. Okay, so, we talked a little bit offline, about what One Line has been doing. And I'm curious because you guys did an event or went to an event this past weekend by the time of recording. Tell us about the event in Guadalajara. What was that like? And what was me and Bones were thinking, like, it was a modern format. What was the format for that game? Was it all Commander?
So this event was the start of a series. It's the Central America Magic series. And they're hosting all of the formats that are doing like they're with invitationals and everything, like standard, modern, and this one was modern. But during the event, they also had some Commander stuff on the side. They had a command zone there, and it was pretty cool actually. So, but yeah, it was modern this weekend.
It was modern. So what was the event like, man? I mean, what was cool? Because Central America. So what countries were there? Who did you meet from different parts of? Was it all? I'm assuming it's not just Mexico, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, it was not just Mexico. It was like Costa Rica, Colombia, a lot. There was. I'm trying to remember which other countries.
I'm from El Salvador, and I know guys in El Salvador that play, and they were talking about going to that event.
Fun fact from one guy from El Salvador that we met playing Commander. He told us that when he crossed the border, they le cobraron por las cartas que traía. Yep. They were like, "Oh, what do you have there?" Oh, traigo. He said collectible cards, or like cartas de como colección de cartas. I was like, "Ooh, I think you chose the wrong words, man. I think you chose the wrong word, man." And they didn't. It wasn't a lot. I mean, I'm assuming his collection was way more because when we played with him, he had these really high end cards. But he said like, "Oh, I paid like $190."
Like, still, I can't travel with my cards. Oh my God!
I just don't say they're collectibles. I mean, if they're collectibles, like, oh, okay, they must be expensive.
Okay, but hold on.
Like, in just the world like,
I'm still shocked about 190. That's a whole Commander deck.
In the world of Pokemon cards being popularized like crazy, right, in pop culture, in the zeitgeist, if I show up with Magic the Gathering cards in a deck, is the customs agent going to be like, son como los de Pokemon? I'll be like, no.
I mean, no.
Son para la bicicleta porque le hagan. I'm going to put them on my bike so it's like for my spokes, Es para eso, para las cartas nomás. Son para barajear, mira, así nomás.
It's like I have 10 poker decks, dude.
I know, es que yo juego poker, juego el poker. ¿Tú sabes el poker? But fuck, dude, that's like a tax on your cards?
I can only imagine if my friend Mox had taken his Mox, like he has a Mox tower. It's his like own customized cube. Sorry, a Mox cube. Like that thing is a small fortune. And I can only imagine how much they would have charged him. But
think about it. You have to declare the value, right? Like, don't you have, or unless you're going to go, oh no, it's fucked up because when they go, fuck, hold on, what is this called? Let me go look on the internet. It's like then it becomes a whole thing, man. We got to be careful. Let's keep this shit like calladito, like, don't be telling people how much your shit is worth.
It's just cardboard.
Yeah,
don't worry about
shiny
it.
Cardboard.
So you're saying
I got deck checked at the airport too.
You did?
Yeah, I did get deck checked.
What happened?
A lot of people got deck checked. Like everybody got their deck checked at the airport.
Get picked for a scan because you have a
box.
The deck box.
You have a box.
Like why do you have like 3 boxes?
Solid. Yeah. And then they'll see that a box has something inside of it, and they'll be like, "That looks like it could be a bomb."
That did happen to me. You're right, but I didn't get taxed. I just got like stopped. The guy goes, "What is this?" And I go, "Oh, they're Magic the Gathering cards." And he's like, "Are they working cards?" And I was like, I did a double take. Excuse me, working cards? Like they're cardboard. They flip. They work. And he's like, No. Are they used for work? Are they something you need for work or something like that? And I'm like, no, it's personal. They're, okay, cool. Then you're good to go. Like I don't know what that meant.
Wow.
Like into Mexico or like we're in the United States.
No, it was in the U.S. I was in the U.S. It was weird.
I've never had them ask me. They just kind of go, "What is it?" And I say, "It's a bunch of Magic cards. So just be careful when you open the box." More because I don't want them to open them wrong. Yeah. And that's usually the extent of it. It's like a 50-50 if I get checked, which is just a fun thing to be like.
don't deck check me, bro. That'll be a shirt. Aaron, if you're listening, ggts.co. Don't deck check me, bro. Okay, make it happen, Aaron. And by the way, GGTs.
I will.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Aaron, because we have affiliateship with GGTs as well on the Primo side. I know Bones does too, but check out ggts.co. And if you want to save 15% on your purchase, you can use our code MyPrimos, and we get a little taste of that, but also you save some cash, and give Aaron some love. Un primo that's out there, a Latino making geeky stuff for us. So definitely check him out.
And he's got a Latino collection too. It's my favorite. I wore it to Mexico because I just went, and I wore the El Booster shirt. And the person who was giving Eli his permit to come in, I realized I had El Booster, and then Eli just had a Grim Reaper because Bones are on our life, and he goes, La Santa Muerte, and we're like, no.
No.
I was like, Eli, I was like, Eli, you can't wear that shirt. It's a 50-50 if I can wear this shirt now.
Right now it is. But Jose, tell us about the event. So you met people from my country, El Salvador. ¿Qué ondas, maje?
Everybody was there.
Tell us about the event.
So the event was under invitation. So you had to qualify locally to be invited to this event. And they gave away like promo cards, the playmat. It was beautiful. They gave away the new Aerith Gainsborough card.
Oh, cool.
The one where she's like throwing a chair over her head. It's a beautiful card. And they had the arcane signet with like a little squirrel in it. It was beautiful as well. And the event lasted 2 days. It was a whole weekend that we stayed there. And in Guadalajara, we got there from, I think it was Thursday, if I don't remember correctly. And it was raining the whole weekend. Guadalajara things. It's always raining there. And the first day that when we were all there, we met all the creators from Guadalajara. They're amazing people. Magic con Ñ is one of the
They're
teams.
fun, man. I like them. And I want them on the show. They're really fun.
Dude, they're fucking so cool, dude. I love those guys. I can't wait to see them again or do something or podcast, anything, man. They're amazing. And Los Maleducados, they're another group that are making content from there. Too. They're Alan.
They're writing down all of these.
They're raw. Shout out. They're raw, dude. They're fucking raw. They're fun. Yeah. I like them too. Yeah.
And yeah, we were all like new creators. Yeah.
You were saying, Bones?
Sorry, I interrupt a lot because the ADD, the Adderall hasn't hit in. I was just saying, can we put a list somewhere of Latin creators? Because I think I have like 50 of these.
Oh,
I think that'd be a good way to have us like all together. So, and then I'll shut up now.
No, girl, this is it. Hey, when are you ever?
This is what we're doing.
We're having cafecito and chatting, or water and chatting. We're chilling. I have mushrooms on mine. I don't have a magic cup. Well, it's magical because it's mushrooms.
It is. My friend got us this one.
That's what it is. We're chatting. We're talking. Latinos are loud. We're obnoxious sometimes. Not always.
We talk over each other, which was a heck of an awakening for my white husband when he's just like, why is everyone yelling at each other? I love how he's white,
not just white. He's white. Like, I love how he's...
Have you seen him?
I've seen him.
That's the volume we speak at.
I was like, I took him to the beach and he looks like a tortilla now. He didn't tan, he just freckled.
Well, you know what? Si hay gente aquí de El Salvador, Centroamérica, como Honduras, Nicaragua, my wife's from Mexico. She's from Puebla. And her biggest argument with me, or her biggest complaint, is that I'm too loud. That Salvadoran people are too loud. That we're louder than most Mexicans. And I'm like, I'd beg to differ, but I get it. I grew up with a mom that yelled everything at me, even how much she loved me. So it's just the way we're raised, But Jose, so the event was cool. I mean,
it was crazy, man. We met a lot of creators. There was a whole aparte del evento del torneo, there were like side events for like on demand, anything like draft, standard, popper, pioneer, like whatever you wanted to play, it was there. There were all these local stores, and there was a command zone, and that's where we were put in, and we had a commander party activity. We also had an arch enemy activity, and all the brackets from 1 to 5 activities. So if people wanted to play with us and get like a free booster, they would just let us know, like, hey, I want to play arch enemy or something in Commander Party, and let's play some games, and we would just give them a booster for free.
That's cool. So I mean, everybody that qualified for the event, right? Not everybody that was there was a content creator. There were actual the people that wanted to go play. Like they were there for the competition to win the prize. I mean, I saw Willie put a post on there that he was hopeful he was going to get through the day 2.
Exactly.
I mean,
there's a funny thing about
made
that,
it as far as he made it.
Yeah, there's a fun fact about that Willie didn't even know what modern was. Like he was like, hey, I want to play the event, I want to qualify. He played the qualifier here, and it went great. He played Arachnos Burn. He's like, oh well, I might as well play the event over there. He didn't know. He said, oh man, I don't want to think about what I need to counter. I just want to play cards and burn my opponent down.
Play fast,
and that's what he did.
To play red.
That's what he That's what he did. He didn't want to ask what your card does or anything. He's just like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna burn you down, and that's how far he went. And I'm like, we were all proud of him because, dude, like not knowing anything about modern at all to like going 3 and 5. I think it was 8 rounds, and he beat some people that were actually there. It was hilarious because there's so many people that were there like actually trying to top and compete, and like they've been playing for months, and then this guy, he's like bringing this new deck with him and like burning them down. And he didn't know anything about modern, and he just beat them. It was crazy.
The randomness of Magic, right? That's kind of what's fun about the game, because we've all sat across the table thinking, oh, I got this. This is my night. And then the guy I've been playing for 2 weeks comes in and just wipes the floor with you. You're like, okay, fuck it. That's what it is, you know? But I'm not a sore loser. I get impressed when I lose that fast. Or I'm like, damn, like, that's pretty cool. Like, okay, and then I'm curious, like, how did that work? How did you pull that off? I screwed up thinking that years ago, I went to a Legacy tournament. Star City Games had an event here, and I went with a buddy of mine. We played Legacy. Because I've been playing since like 2000. I played when the original Mirrodin block came out. That's where I came out. And so I have stuff, old stuff, and I play some pretty heavy stuff. But I walked into that thing with a semi. This was right around the time when Zendikar came out. So I walked in with some of my old stuff and mostly Zendikar written stuff. So this is like 2006-ish, 8-ish, in that realm, I think, right around there, 7 maybe. And I walked into that thing thinking, yeah, man, I'll come in with red, black, red, green. You know, I'll ramp, I'll hit fast. Nah, man, Legacy is a whole nother fucking game. Like it's almost like playing CDH.
It's basically crazy. That 1 versus 1 CDH. Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally that, because you're like, fuck, but you have 4 of in Legacy. It's like, shit, like you can't bank on the draw, you can't bank on the percentages, like it sucks. But you were saying that, you know, predominantly you guys really focus more on Commander, right? That's kind of what you guys focus on the most in your content?
Yeah. The goal was to meet as many content creators as possible and connections, meet everybody, see what everybody's plans are, maybe collaborate and record some games. I think we did record one of the Commander games that we played there with some of the creators there. And but yeah, mostly just connections and meet everybody and get ourselves known out there. We had a little activity giving away some sleeves. We had some Obsidian Gear sleeves. They're a new Mexican brand, and we had some activities there. And we also gave away some sleeves to the 1st and 2nd place of the tournament, the modern tournament. That was also pretty cool. And yeah, pretty much that. Just like trying to get ourselves known and just put our faces out there and talk with everybody and meet everybody. It was a very fun experience. But aside from that, we also had like some games of Commander with random people that just wanted a free booster. And that was the gist of the whole weekend. Pretty much meeting all of the content creators.
You know, it's great when I see people out there wanting to play the game, inviting everybody in, right? You know, and Commander being a game that is the most popular format right now, right? Right now, I say that. And I bring up Commander for something that I wanted to bring up as a topic for us here. And definitely, guys, remember, check out One Hand Land. Check them out. Definitely One Hand Land. Check them out on social media. Look them up. Look for their content. It's a lot of fun. As you can tell, It's not just for the people that know the game. It's for everybody. They want to open it up to everybody to come on in, learn how to play. You even had a podcast, right? I saw Magic's for Everyone.
Magic es para todos.
Magic es
Pretty
para
much
todos.
covers
Para
anything
todos.
you need to know for if you're starting. It cubre todo, like the colors, what is magic, when did it start, and all the mechanics that you need to know, keywords, anything. It's pretty easily digestible for anyone that's new.
There you go. See, primos, if we can learn and play the game, even if you're an old hand, it never hurts to go back and refresh your memory because there's some things we miss, right? We miss basic things sometimes. But I want to ask a question to everybody here, Bones and Jose. So I saw an article online. There were because I'm tired of Universes Beyond conversations, but I kind of like this angle of it. So humor me, primos.
Yeah.
Okay, disculpen, but we'll move on. Hopefully, there'll be something else to complain about in a couple weeks. Pero
Oh yeah.
Mark Rosewaters was quoted being asked, because he's publicly said Commander's not his favorite format. It's just not. It isn't. He doesn't like it. He had to basically do it because it's your job, designed for Commander. But he said that he brought up this in so many words, said that in every game's life, there's something called the Dark Night or the Darkest Night, right? What that refers to is that the game has reached a level to where it no longer fulfills what the game fulfilled for that player. For him, it was that Commander kind of line being crossed over into now it's the most competitive, most popular format. We have to design for it, design for a format that wasn't meant to be in Magic the Gathering. That statement kind of, I had to sit on it for a second because there's a conversation online saying that you shouldn't have to design for Commander because the spirit of Commander is you take cards from Magic the Gathering period and you make it work. Now we do see that there was Commander Masters, right? We also see the Master Legends, excuse me. And then we also see that there are cards that are very specifically for Commander. And yes, they're good. They're sometimes they're broken. Sometimes they're just garbage. Sometimes they're hugs. But it just depends what you play. But he said that he did that, he designed it, and that Universes Beyond is the darkest night for a lot of the players that came into Magic for a certain expectation. So, not only that, piggybacking off of that, standard. I know we're not standard players here, but maybe somebody's listening is, but modern, right? In standard, these sets rotate a year out because of Avatar. For those that I'm a fan, I'm excited for it, but because of Avatar coming in, pushing Lauren into the next year, it screws with the Shocklands not being completed. So think about this. You're a standard player. Your Shocklands are back in rotation, but only one half of them are going to be allowed after they rotate. So not only your mana base is being screwed with, now you're going to have to change the meta because Shocklands, believe it or not, in standard, that can change the meta as far as like your mana base, what colors to run, like availability of being able to reach that second color, third color, depending on what you're running. In standard, being so competitive, right? Since he said that this point right now with Universes Beyond is the darkest night for a lot of people. What are your thoughts, Bones?
I can see that. It's so again, for those who don't know, my husband is HR at a tribe, and that's what he does. He teaches people, he does trainings, and he'll talk about everything from like dealing with change to like HR stuff, right? And one of the things that we've talked about before is that whenever something comes to an end, so Magic did a big wrap up on the Phyrexians, right? We've had multiple storylines, and it came to coalesce to one moment, and then it ended. There's always a period of upheaval in terms that people are going to be like, it's not my magic. It's not my magic, because it's not. It's something new. And obviously Magic has to try to find new ways to like work into what it wants to do. So I can see that for a lot of people, it is the darkest night, because not only is Magic like it sealed things up in a package and is trying to find something up, but now it's branching out into completely different like areas. It feels like a betrayal for a lot of people, especially, again, a Vorthos player. I really, really like the story, and now I'm getting less of that story. But I digress. I saw a TikTok somewhere, and I can't remember. I can remember the person, but I can't remember their handle, who is making the point that Commander is your favorite format because it's the only format that you're allowed to express yourself wholly. Because Standard, Modern, Legacy, all of these follow a very strict meta. And once like the meta changes, you have to change everything about it. But Commander is the one that lets you just do whatever you want. You want to make, in Eli's case, a Bonnie Paul deck, and everyone's like, oh, but Eli does a Bonnie Paul. It's a landfall deck. And I'm like, no, he morphs everything. So he has an army of cows. Like,
Hilarious.
that's not how most people play Bonnie Paul. And I love it. And I can see, I would actually agree that I don't think we should make products specifically for Commander. I also heard somewhere that there was like a possible rumor that they weren't going to make precons anymore. And I don't actually hate that for lack of better reason than I'm kind of on the team of EDH Rec was probably the worst thing that happened to Magic, because people go and just copy paste the decks.
I told you last episode, I am not a copy paster, but it's a good resource.
It's a great resource, but people don't do that. Some people get into Magic and they say, what is the top 10 commanders? And they pick the top 10 most toxic commanders as a
Joseph,
new player.
Tell me you don't run Atraxa so I can like you better. You don't run that, right?
I do not play Atraxa. I play other things.
Okay, cool.
Of course.
Okay.
And it's obviously fine. You just have to have conversations, right? But like we have, like I said, our friend who's getting into Magic, and she's trying to get not on, like, she was just showing her wife, and her wife is showing interest in Magic. And she was like, oh, Megan got really excited about the fact that there's a Fallout deck. And Eli just mentioned, oh yeah, they have commanders. There's what's the dog? Meat.
Dog meat. Yeah, dog meat.
Dog meat. I was like, meat hook. Nope, that's not right. Dog meat and Mothman. And I instantly just gave her a little heads up of being like, hey, heads up, especially Mothman is a kill on sight commander for most. I'm saying this not to dissuade you to not play Mothman if that's like your fandom, but just letting you know that if you sit down at a table and go, I'm playing Mothman, you're going to be the instant target for everybody. So like I think we do a lot of disjustice to new players by not warning them about the baggage that comes with certain commanders.
Joseph, what do you think, man?
Ooh, okay. So I agree with most of what Bones said. And but I mean, I do have to talk about my own experience, like getting into Magic and all this product that's surrounding Magic nowadays, and all the new players. Is that this is a perfect example. I have some friends that have never played Magic. They play card games, board games, and I was like, hey, you guys should get into Commander. I think you guys would like it. It's a little breath of fresh air because they'll play competitive One Piece, competitive Gundam, competitive this and that, and they're like, it's cool to have once in a while a game that you're just like sitting down, just playing cards and see what happens. No, something random. They all loved it, but what happened to me is that slowly they learned on their own that like, oh, their tapped lands that enter tapped are crap. I want to replace these lands, and then they'll start thinking about, oh, what this counter costs a lot. I don't have mana for this. So is there a better counter? So they'll all of them started like searching using ADH Rec or top 16 CEDH decks. They're looking at the most efficient way of playing the game, and like I think there's a little bit of everything for everybody in Commander, which is something that I love about it. And there's not like a wrong opinion about like what you should buy or anything. I agree with letting people know, like, hey, I don't be careful with that. I think I agree on the Mothman because I got targeted to the ground with that deck. Like, as soon as I brought him out, like the next turn, I had like a 9/9 just hitting everybody flying, and nobody could block it. It was like, oh man, it was annoying. But depending on the play group that you're with and how high powered they're gonna take it, it depends like on so many things. And going back to Universes Beyond. I think it helps. I don't know if there's a business behind the whole Universes Beyond thing, that they just want money for it, but there's also a thing that captured so many new players. Like Final Fantasy was nobody expected it to be with Magic the Gathering, but it was the craziest thing that happened. So many people started playing the game, and like aside from it being Universes Beyond, it brought so many people together. And I think there's a lining to that I enjoy, and there's also the other part that I understand, like the old school. They're like, hey, what happened to this story, or what happened to all the art direction that Magic had? You're all just like looking up art from the new games and animes and everything. You're just referencing that. You're not really doing anything magic. Like, where's that? But I don't know if they're gonna go back to that, and it's
Is
gone
it
too
the
far.
darkest
It's
night
evolved.
for you? I mean, you commander, so it's not
No.
going to impacting you per se. But is Magic hitting that point for you?
It's not for me. It's definitely not at all. I think it's brought a lot of people into Commander like quickly, but I can see it being the darkest night for other people that are like straying away from Magic and like selling their cards and like, I don't want to play Magic. It's not. I don't want anybody hitting me with a SpongeBob in the face. And it's weird as it's weird because it's just like it's just a card game, you know. It's at the end of the day, and we're not really competing for anything. Like when we get together to play, it's like we're not betting anything. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
So Eli a long
Yeah.
time ago told me that part of the reason that some people, because like for me, it's not the darkest night. I'm whatever about Universes Beyond. I honestly, my big gripe with it is I just think we have too much of it at once. Like the fact that we have more than half of our sets next season or next year are Universes Beyond. For me, it just means I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just not going to play that much Magic in those formats. You know, like I'm talking with Chris and Olivia from like Magic Kids, because we volunteer with them, about doing more Oathbreaker content, which is also why I feel like we shouldn't make for a format. Because have you guys ever heard about Oathbreaker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 1v1.
But for the quickly, no, actually, I think it's a group. It's 4.
Is group?
I could have sworn it's a group. I could be wrong. I've only played it once. But so like for those who don't know, it's essentially kind of like Commander, but it's 60 cards, but your commander is a planeswalker. You have a planeswalker and a signature spell. So I played with Atlanta. I played Bobby Christie's Minx and Boo deck, and she had a signature spell that if you sacrificed a force, you didn't have to pay the cost. I made that hamster so big. And I was like, this is great.
Damn.
And I love the fact that it's just looking through the cards that are there, but nothing specifically made for Oathbreaker, you know? And it's the thing I like about building is the creativity and forcing myself out of my comfort zone. But Eli told me that for a lot of people, especially people who have been in the game for a very, very long time, they are what they call entrenched, or like Magic is their life. Like they're not because like they live and breathe it, but that's just what they do. Like they are involved in every release. They're involved in every set. They know what's coming up. They know the meta. Like that is where they decided to put all their energy in. And with the introduction for Universes Beyond, I can 100% see how that is their darkest night, because all of a sudden it's not Magic as they knew it. And if they want to continue with it, they have to consume a product that they did not expect, because it's like not Magic, but it is Magic, but it's not, you know? And I was like, I could see that if Magic was your, I'm trying to think of the word he said, but like not for lack of your personality, it's just you were a forever player. All of a sudden,
your bread and butter. Your bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was your identity. Not an identity, I guess. This is like the thing you did. Because there's people that are, hey, I'm a gamer. Like I play games. I'm a video game person. Or hey, I'm a sports guy. I love baseball or whatever. You know, like everybody has their thing that they're into. I'm a sports geek, give or take, right? Mm-hmm. And if Magic or card games become your persona. I mean, I started my first card game when I was a kid was not Magic. It was Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I loved the cartoon and the anime. And for me, it was Yugi. Right? There you go, right?
Yeah.
And then I was playing Yugi, and it became to the point where, this is why I like Commander, to kind of skip ahead a little bit. When I played Yugi, it became like, oh, you saw the same 3 decks. You know? Like, that was it. Like, you saw the same 3 decks being played across from you. And that's it. There weren't different formats at the time. It was literally like, you play the game. It was like it was hand control. It was locking you in. It was Yada players, and and beatdown. It was one or the other. You know what I mean? I still ran fucking Summon Skull in every deck I built because Summon Skull was a shit. Anyways, then I got converted over to Magic because the guys around me were saying, "Hey, this game is better. It has more options. It's more creative. This is, there you can pull from so many different things. This is the story behind it, and these are the cards that do stuff." And I was like, half into it, but eventually I rolled into it, and I got into Mirrodin block. I love that set. I came from the block format, so I liked the blocks. I enjoyed.
I
blocks.
like that actually. I've been playing for 5 years, but when some of my friends told me about blocks, I was like, that is amazing. Like, why did they stop doing that?
I don't know the science why they decided to move away from it. It could be because the more product. I think if we want to bring it out again, because block had you had a big set in the fall, and then you had a set in the spring. Like you had 2 or 3 releases throughout the year, and every other year you had the core set that came out, and that's how things rotated. But with the block system, it was, for example, I'll give you, what was it? Like we talked about Kamigawa. It was saviors, betrayers, right? And I forget the last one. It was like this 3 set in Kamigawa, meaning you have the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story, and cards that change from the beginning, middle to end. Characters change throughout the story within your block, and you would draft in your block. Hey, we're gonna go play Kamigawa draft. That we were gonna go do the draft in that format. You can build in that format just for that. So that was kind of why I enjoyed it, and it was fun because you can build within that format, and it was standard. And then if you wanted to extend beyond standard, then okay, you did that. It was still there, but it was very casual. But for me, when the block format went away, I was like, oh man, that sucks, because I enjoyed following a thread within that world. Because I like the Alara block. Because one of my favorite cards is Knights of the Reliquary. It's one of my favorite cards. I think Knights of the Reliquary, if you don't know, it's a creature. I think it's a 3-drop, 1 green white. You tap, sacrifice a land, and you play a land from your library. Period. So it's just and she also gets +1/+1 for every land in the graveyard. So she gets huge. It's land. It's a great creature. It's a knight. Rafik is one of my commanders. So again, Shards of Alara. I loved Alara block, and to leave that realm and then not have the story follow it, and then now we get 1 drop. Like for example, we got the new Zendikar. Boom, that was it. But when Zendikar back in 2005ish, 6ish, 8ish, that Zendikar block, we had the Eldrazi, we had landfall introduced, like that whole story encapsulated. And so for me, the Darkest Night would have been at that point when we lost blocks. I kind of stepped away. It wasn't for me. I put it to bed. I got rid of some cards just because friends wanted them, because they were so rabid about, they want cards, they're there, and I got rid of them. But what brought me back to Magic was Commander. Commander brought me back into Magic, because I didn't play Commander back then. I played Standard, I played Legacy, I played Vintage, right? I was in those formats, 60-card formats. And when I learned what Commander did, and the fact that it was, you're building your deck, you have 1 of a card as opposed to 4, which in my mind I thought, oh, cool, it's more affordable. Yeah, right.
I mean, it is.
And the fact that okay, is Commander cheaper or more expensive than Standard?
It depends on what power level you want to play.
Exactly.
Fine.
Bones, you know what's up. You can
Pinche Magic,
stay at your level.
Let me know.
Depends on your pod. Depends on your pod.
I was debating on trying. I wanting to upgrade just some key things for Raga Draga, and there's a card. It's Nyx Bloom something, not the Hydra. It's the other one. But it's a $30 card, and I'm like, do I really want to? I can find it. I was like, do I really want to spend $30? What's it do? Is it green?
It gives you triple
4 green,
right?
I think that's it. Yeah, Raga Draga.
Yeah, that card's crazy.
Yeah, well, especially with Raga Draga, because it's all about mana dorks. So if I can tap anything and get more mana, I was like, oh, but do I want my deck to be that competitive? Essentially, was the thing. And do I want to?
How are you bringing him out?
I mean, here, let's share the screen. I'm gonna share my. I'm on the Gatherer right now. Let's share it so everybody can see on screen. And there it is.
Yeah.
Nyx Bloom Ancient. Trample. It's a 4 green, 5/5 trample. Enchantment creature elemental. If you tap a permanent for mana, it produces 3 times as much of that mana instead. That is insane ramp.
Let me tell you why that's so good in Ragged Draga. First of all, it is a 7-drop. So Ragged Draga's last ability is if you were to spend at least 7 mana on a spell, you can untap a permanent and add that many counters until the end of turn, essentially. So if I have that and I have Marwyn the Nurturer, which taps for her power, and I think she's just like a 2/1 or something like that, a base power. But Ragged Draga is already on the field, which gives her a +2/+2. So she's already a higher base power. Not even talking about if I have any elves on the board, which also increase her power. I can put that on and put 7. And I tap for 3 times as much mana. I'm casting everything. I'm casting everything in my hand. I'm casting a Tali. I'm flipping a Tali on the first turn. Like, it would be insane. But the question is, do I want to play at that level?
I mean, listening to that setup, I mean, it's going to take a while for you to get there. I mean, depends on how easily you're getting there.
You'd be
it's
surprised.
A 7-drop, and then Marwyn. Yeah. I mean, it's a bomb. I mean, if it's the bomb that makes you win the game, I'm down. I approve of this setup for sure.
I approve. One land hand approved.
If anybody wants to donate it, I'll gladly take it off your hand.
All right. There you go.
Here's my P.O. box.
Right. But competitive, right? So for that one's sick. That one's cool. It's a Jin, I think. It's a Jin version of that one. But we'll take a quick break here. Primos will come right back, talk about some of our pet cards. And I think that the Darkest Night is a term that it kind of sticks with you a little bit. And like I said, I left during block. I came back for Commander. I'm here for it now. I'm not bothered by all the product. I do agree that there is some flavor that we're losing. But if I stick with Commander and I stick with my flavor, my spice, mi sabor, I think I'll be okay. But Primos, let us know, is this a Darkest Night for you? Let us know what you think, and we'll be right back after this. So we are going to get into a segment we started last week with Bones and I, which is like a pet card or a card that you usually, because of your situation, circumstance, what have you, just love to play in your colors. Now, we all have tons of cards that we play. We all have staples that we, sadly there are staples in Commander, period, they just exist. But cards that we just want to play regardless of it, right? So as our guest, say I'm going to put you on the spot. We're going to lead off with your call, blue or black, because we're going to do black and blue today as far as our choices and cards. Where do you want to start?
Let's do blue first. Let's do blue. I'm
blue
down for blue
first. All right. Now, you can take over the screen and share the card, or just tell me and I can share it on screen.
Okay. Your screen here. I'll just tell you the card.
All right, tell me the card. What's the name of the card that you're going to, in blue?
Okay, so in blue, both of these cards are enchantments. I love them, and anytime I play this color, I love it to play these cards. So the blue card is called Steel Enchantment.
Steel Enchantment.
Yes, it is a blue card. Right. And the funny thing is that you enchant an enchantment, and then you just take it for yourself. So this is kind of like, it depends on the board what's happening, and if somebody brings out like a big enchantment that's favoring them, I'm like, oh no, screw that, I'm gonna take that off your hands and just keep it for myself. I love that card.
Steel Enchantment. It's a blue gain control of enchanted enchantment. Damn, that is a dirty card.
Well, it sounds like blue.
It is very dirty. It sounds really
and it's
blue.
So cheap too. 2 blue.
Yep.
I hate it.
Damn, man.
Yes.
So you're telling me that that's one of the cards I just kind of you have to run, and the table always looks at it and goes, "Oh, great." Is that what happens?
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Like usually players are very confident in what they're playing on board, and they're like, "Oh, my stuff is safe." Like, there's no way they're gonna take this away from me, and I'm like, "Oh, nope." I'm a little evil. I'm a little evil.
So good to
Well,
know
Bones,
is play your bad enchantment first.
Yeah.
It's true. Well, against you,
Jose,
just play
bad
it.
enchantment.
Right? Bad enchantments go out first. Well, I don't mind losing. What about you, Bones? What's your blue pick?
So I'm going to be the boring one here and say I actually don't have a blue auto include because I don't have a blue deck.
Nothing, not even splashing blue?
Nope. I refuse to play the color. I hate it.
Damn, she abstains.
Damn.
You don't even have a multicolor, a blue black that you run?
So here's my rough deck rundown, right? I have Raga Draga, Gruul. I'm making Ochik, which is black green. I have Chandra, mono red. I have Osgir, Boros, right? My only truly monocolor deck is Saskia, which is everything but blue.
Multicolor, wow. So Bones abstains from blue.
Fair.
That's insane. But fine.
I'm a red player.
Bones. You're allowed. You're allowed to be red. Sure. Be red all day. Be red and green all day. Well, then I'll do mine. All right. So for me, let me share my screen here. This card, I play it a lot in blue. I have I do use, I splash blue a lot, but when I do more control-y blue, because that's when I want to play blue, is be annoying and kind of be like, you know what? You're going to be mad at me and I don't care. Like I shake everybody's hand at the table and I go, I apologize for what I'm about to do. And I start my game because it gets, kind of like sorry, not sorry. Because I make the argument, hey, we all spent money, right? Like we all spend money on these cards. Like we want to win, right? Like let's not pretend that we're not going to make an effort to win. So hey, I beat you. I'm sorry. Let's move on. Shuffle up and let's go again. All right. So for me, Chamber of Manipulation. Chamber of Manipulation reads 2 blue, chant land, tap, discard a card from your hand, gain control of target creature until end of turn. So literally, I just dump a card, tap it, and I take a creature from yours. So and I do things like I'll use them for sacrifice at times if I'm in blue black, or I'll just come in swinging if it's a big hitter. I can fling it. I do have a red blue fling deck too. So for me, Chamber of Manipulation.
I love this card.
It's an enchantment. It's an old school card. I think it's from Odyssey. I think it's symbols Odyssey. It's been one of the old school cards that I've ran in the past. And Chamber of Manipulation is my blue that I try to sneak into every deck. It's not cheap. It's 2 blue. But if I do blue green, if I can kind of cheat it out a little quicker, and I always get it in there. People hate that because it's easy for me to jump in and throw a counter out there in blue because that's kind of what blue does. But there are these sneaky fuck you cards in blue que también pues I like. So that's my blue pick.
Great question about that enchantment, man.
What's the question?
Another quick question. Does it change the land to that, or does it add the effect to the land?
It adds the effect. So no, you have to choose.
Oh, that's
so
beautiful.
For example, you have to choose. That's the only downside. Yeah, I can't just do tap blue and then it does the effect because you have to you have to activate it. It's either or. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if we look at the Oracle text, I'm sure it goes in depth like that. But that's how we've played it. Because it'd be so fucked. If I'm wrong, guys, please tell me because I'm playing it wrong. It made it way better. But for the way we've played it at my pod and at tables and at LGS at game shops, it's choose. It's either or.
Yeah.
So that's how we've been playing it. Bone, since you opted out of blue, in black, what is your go-to black pet card? One of the many, I assume.
So funny, blue and black are the two colors that I play the least, but I've started playing more black. So it's just one of those things where you know your play style. I don't like to play blue because it's very control-y, very strategic, and half the time when I'm playing Magic, I'm like, I know think. I tap sideways and bonk. Hence red and green. And then I'm starting to do more black, but my thing is I'm not very good at sacrificing my own stuff. Which is what you do in black. It hurts my soul a little bit. So, because I'm starting to do more. But my auto include because it's 100% a pet card for me. I know it's good, but it just is a pet card. Is Meat Hook Massacre, but Meat Hook Massacre 2. Because I called it. I called that shit when it came out. When Dustmorn came out. When Dustmorn came out, I literally have multiple videos being like, they're going to reprint Meat Hook Massacre. I don't know if it's going to be on its own or a remake, which is what they did, but I called it. I was months ahead being like, we're going to get another Meat Hook Massacre. So it's just my like, I called it, so it's in my deck.
Meat Hook Massacre is a fucking pain, man. And this one, I own a copy of this because I pulled it because me and my son love horror movies. And so we were all in on Dustmorn. And I love the flavor that it's a sequel, to this card. But the first one's is dirty. But I have yet to meet people that actually play this in a main deck. Have you all run across them?
I have not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of these cards that's nasty.
Yeah, if it's in there, I think it's just the mana cost is like ridiculously high. It has to be in like a mono black deck. It's just the 4 black pips. But yeah, I just because I literally have a video where I like think I put it out on Blue Sky being like, so I'm calling it now, we're getting a reprint. And then I made a video with the audio that's like, ooh, I may tell a joke, but I never tell a lie. And I just like start with the clip and then it switched to the card. And I was like, I called it. So it's my pet card for that reason and pretty much that reason only.
Wow, it's crazy. It's nuts because of the fact that when you look at Meat Hook Massacre, I'll read the card here for anybody just being an audio listener. It's XX black, 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 black. Legendary enchantment. When Meat Hook Massacre 2 enters, each player sacrifices X creatures of their choice. Each player, okay? Now, whenever a creature you control dies, you may pay 3 life. If you do, return that card under your control with a finality counter on it. So, if you don't like sacrificing things, you're mostly putting it on them, right, Bones? Is that why?
Mm-hmm.
And whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, they may pay 3 life. If they don't, return that card under your control with a finality counter on it, period. Damn. That's dirty.
Damn. If you wipe the board, there's like 30 creatures. I mean, do you want to give me your creatures or you want to lose life? It's a crazy card.
I mean, you're in black, so there is a probability of finding something that's like return all your creatures without paying 3 health for each. But for other, like if you're playing that against, the green player, that's the likelihood that they can bring back their whole board. So yeah, like I said, black's not, it's a color that I'm dabbling more into, but so it isn't, I think I only have 2 decks that have black in it.
Gotcha. Well, Jose, what about you, man? I mean, are you only a single black deck guy, or do you run black a lot? I mean, where do you stand on black?
No. I think black is one of my favorite colors, like in Magic in general. I'm a big graveyard player. I love the graveyard, bringing things back, reanimating. And if I'm playing black, I have to play this card. I'll give you the name. It's called Ripples of Undeath. It's also an enchantment. It's crazy that we all picked enchantments. And Ripples of Undeath is ripples. I see it. Like plural of undeath.
This is in my binder, by the way, and I always want. I need a reason to play this. When I pulled it, so please read it here for us.
I'll elaborate. A little bit. So this is like this is a 1 and a black enchantment. And after you draw your card and you go into your your first main phase, the first thing that happens is you mill 3 cards. So the 3 cards that you're milling are in the graveyard. And you can pay 1 and 3 life and add one of those cards. So you're basically adding another card to your hand. It's like an extra draw, but you're losing 3 life though. But the commander that I love using this in is one of the Tarkir commanders. Is Teval, the Balanced Scale. So that commander has Teval, with E. I think Teval. And it has a lot of synergy with that commander. And so the second one there. the last text. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token. So that enables this enchantment to make me zombies and add me a card. So it's a lot of value in it. And every time I play a graveyard deck, that card has to be in it.
4/4 legendary creature, spirit dragon, 1, a black, a green, and a blue, flying. Whenever it attacks, mill 3 cards. Then you may return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. And then, of course, the second part, whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard. Wow, that can pop off fast, man.
Yeah,
I have that one in Ochik.
Zombies. Great.
That is crazy.
Yes.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I love that card.
Yeah. I think I used it with Ochik the like few times that I play tested her, and I was like, that's ridiculous. Because Ochik is when Ochik enters, create a 1/1 green insect creature token for each artifact and or creature card in your graveyard. And then when another insect you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Ochik, and each opponent loses 1 life. So my goal is just dump everything into the graveyard and then be like, and bring it all back.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Nah, man.
And it's awesome because it's like a free brainstorm. You're just paying 3 life. It's crazy. I love it. Yeah.
I'm going to be very basic on my choice in black because, I mean, there's tons of stuff that I run in black. But the one card that I really enjoy, and it's lame, it's basic, and people look at me like, really? Like, this is what you do? Like, and it's dirt. It's not very creative to be fact, but I do run it a lot in my black decks. And that's going to be the card Sudden Death. I don't know if you guys know this one. It is a instant speed. And let me see if I can pull up the screen again so you guys can see it. There it is. Sudden Death. 1 black, right? Split second. That's the important part there. The split second. And then target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. It is removal. It is FU removal in the sense that it's split second. You can't counter it. You can't do anything to really prevent it from happening. It gets around protection, not protection, but gets around like indestructible. And it just works in black. And it's just one of these cards, you top deck it, boom, it happens. So for me, it's very basic, very like, you can't say no. It's going to happen, you know? And I guess depending on the meta, depending on what I'm playing, sure there are other black cards I could have dropped in here, but Sudden Death is one of these cards that I run. I would say maybe like 5 or 6 black splash black cards that is in there every single time. That and Smother, because I like Smother. It's an old school again removal. Because for me, black a lot of the time for me when I use black is for removal. So that's how I use black. I use black for removal, in place of red. You know, so that's my pick. My basic black pick. Yes, make sure I said that right. But that's my choice there, and it's exciting to see kind of what everybody picks and dabbles in. Because I'm sure we'll do this more again. I'm wondering what we'll have for white, and then we got to mix it up again next time. But yeah. Before we end our show here, before we say goodbye for this week, again, go check out One Land Hand, and of course, we'll say again, where can everybody find you guys? Like, what's your ads, what's your socials for the group and yourself there?
So the full word, just One Land Hand MX. You can find us on YouTube, on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. We have Facebook now, and yeah, pretty much everywhere. And yeah, any social media that you guys are using, you can find us there for sure.
Yeah. And Bones, where can people find you? And not only magic related stuff as well, by the way, guys. She's a cosplayer. She makes rugs. She's got her hands in a lot of different things. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you guys can find me at Calavera_cosplay and pretty much every platform except Twitch. That is Calavera Creations. I obviously, as Freddie said, I am an award-winning Magic the Gathering content creator, award-winning Magic the Gathering cosplayer, and a content creator. Right now, there's a lot of anime movies coming out, so that's probably what's going to be my bread and butter for the next few weeks because we're about to see Maki Zenin on screen, and I'm here for it. But yeah, I make rugs. If you guys ever have been like, hey, I would like to think of a rug, let me know. I have a few in the list right now, but soon I'll have an empty queue. And yeah, I think right now I do GGTs as well, so I have a code for them. Jank Mats is doing a creator appreciation month of October. So if you guys have ever been interested in any mats, I think we get 50% of the profits, and I have some really cool Loteria mats there. So
Jankmas, GTTs. Definitely, guys. And just follow, of course, all our guests here and of course everybody we mentioned on the show. I wanted to share one thing quick before we go. We have different fandoms, different geekdoms. Especially me being involved with My Primos Productions. I do a podcast about Latinos' view on pop culture, geek culture, la cultura geek, como se dice, comic books, everything in between. But there's something that kind of crosses both sections here. Bones, I think we've talked about it in a different show, but there's a manga that I've been reading, and the new issue just came in today in the mail while we were recording this show. And I've mentioned it before. I have all the volumes for it, but it is Destroy All Humans. They can't be regenerated. All right.
Ooh.
It is a manga. If you don't know this, Primos, a manga about Magic the Gathering in the early 90s. It is a slice of life / game, like Yu-Gi-Oh style, like battles, romantic comedy that just pulls at your heartstrings from everything from high school, junior high crushes to playing the game of Magic like it was and seeing a window of it at the time. And it really is true to form. The cool thing about it as well, if I can get you guys a good view of it, it comes with an exclusive card from the story. And so I just got this in the mail. I'm excited to read this. This is volume 5.
Pretty sure I know what the card is.
You know what it is?
Yeah, I think it's a dark ritual.
It's a dark ritual. And I've been needing a fucking dark ritual. And I was like, no way, I got a dark ritual.
Hand, like that?
The one with the hand.
Oh, nice. I love that one.
And it's shiny, Primos. So if you're looking for a dark ritual,
just get the book.
Just get the book.
I have her uniform from like the first one in like the cart, and I'm just waiting to pull the trigger so I could do a quick, easy cosplay of it.
It is so good. I literally have them all behind me. Like, I'm a fan of the comics, the manga kais, and all that. And see, all about it.
They're awesome.
Like, I'm all about it. They're awesome. They're great. If you Primos are looking for something to read that's magic related and you get to geek out, please check out these books. And you get a cool card out of it too if you get a new version. I can't speak for used, but obviously for the new ones, you get the promo card. And it's great. It's fun. It's a good read. I'm excited to tear into that one. But yeah, Primos, you can follow, of course, the show here at Puro, Pinche Magic. We're all about it. We're bringing our flavor to it, our sabor, lo que es Latinidad to Magic the Gathering. And of course, follow us and my other projects, which is, of course, My Primos Podcast. If you're into comic books, movies, anime, we talk about that on My Primos Podcast. And shining a light on creatives in the Latino space. We're in everything. Like, if you don't see yourself in the content, if you don't see yourself in the movie or in the story, be that person. Put yourself out there. Write that story, right? Make the content, right? Like One Land Hand, like Bones as well, making your content. You be that person. So we're all about inclusivity. So My Primos Productions for all of that. And of course, Primos, I want to thank, of course, Jose, thank Bones, and I want to thank all the Primos out there are supporting each other, everybody out there, lo que es la comunidad de Magic the Gathering. And remember, Primos, Pinche is such a magical word. It's very special. Depends how you use it. You can make somebody mad, make somebody laugh. You can make somebody interested. And again, if you use it the right way, it's magical. Adiós, Primos. Cuídense. Hasta la próxima.
Adiós.
Later.